waters newly cut from the sea. We spend our lives in jeopardy while others live at ease. Shall we go dance this round, around, around? Shall we go dance this round, around, around? Hey, there is a bully boy, come pledge me on this round, 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 round. We care not for martial men that do our states disdain, but we care for the merchant men that do our states maintain. To them we dance this round, around, around. To them we dance this round, around, around. And he that is a bully boy, come pledge me on this ground, 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 ground.
I'm Superantonio. I posted a random question on the channel community tab where I asked for viewer horse names, half out of curiosity and with the vague idea of making a short out of the results, which you have just witnessed. However, I did not expect a deluge of horse names, a surfeit, or a plethora of horse names. I was pleasantly surprised, and so I thought we might as well make an old-fashioned viewer horse video.
Won't take long, girl.
If you are new to this channel, greetings. I'm your friendly neighbor Superantonio, and please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you would enjoy seeing more of my Red Dead Redemption 2 content.
Stay calm.
First, we have channel moderator O-Dog. You may have spoken to him during the premieres, who named his Black American Standard bred Onyx, and gave me the idea for this entire video. Well done, O-Dog. He is a great friend of the channel, and you should say, "Hey there, mister," to him, if you encounter him in the chat.
That's it. Whoa! Easy there. Easy there. Whoa now. Good boy. It's okay, boy.
Gus the Stupid Noob, 2393. There is no shame in being a noob, friend, and you are not stupid. Never say you are, writes Howard Turkoman, preferably Dark Bay. He was my first horse that I named, used mostly, and had reached level 4 with, and I loved him. Got him using the glitch from the mission where you steal the horses. Personality: fancy, likes fruit more than bland food, doesn't like to be wet or be muddy for long, grooms himself a lot, so don't need to worry about that. Always loyal. Most importantly, he loves to go on big rides, never gets mad when I go full sprinting, gallop, or just walk with him. He is addicted to walking. Just be sure to give him his daily 3 fruit, preferably apples, as well as not much sugar. And Gus got a reply from J. Artiste, 8596, who wrote, "A gentleman's name." Let's move on. Big Molly, 3838, has a rose-gray bay Arabian named Poseidon, and they write, "He has a bluish-teal coat like the sea. Poseidon in Greek mythology is widely known as the god of the sea, but he is also the god of horses, who rides on his 3-headed horse. So, since the rose-gray bay is like a myth in the game, since it is the statistically best horse, it could be known as a god among other horses. I know this is a stretch, but Poseidon is a cool name for a good and cool horse." Have to agree, friend. Fun fact, Neptune is the Roman equivalent of Poseidon, and Caligula, you've heard of him I'm sure, once declared war on Neptune. He made his centurions go into the surf and beat the waves with their swords. Don't say you never learned anything on this channel.
Hold on. No. Shh, boy, shh.
Agent Roswell, I like that username, has a few spot Appaloosa named Javitor. And Agent Roswell writes, found him one day while I logged in. He was just chilling at Cattail Pond with his little horsey herd. Snatched him right up. He's been amazing since, for bounty hunting, trail rides, crossfire, etc.
Agent Matthews.
Oh, no, not me, sir. That's the greenhorn over there. Oh, and there he goes.
So long, long shark.
Damn it!
Ashen King 5013 has Galahad, a Dark Bay Turkoman, the most noble and virtuous of King Arthur's knights. His coat is a good reflection that the sun is setting for Arthur. Very well thought out, Ashen King, and of course, I do like the Arthurian reference.
If you ain't got papers, I can't give you much. I've been burned before.
Byron Giant also has a bronze Turkoman, and they write, I just acquired the Dark Bay Turkoman during horse flesh for dinner. I've named him Swamp Donkey. The stable hand was massively unimpressed with my choice. That name made me smile, friend. Perhaps not the most dignified name in the game, but certainly memorable. Let's move on.
Come back soon. That's a good horse.
Yeah, okay, boy.
Lady Hellfire 75, that is a nice gamer username that I can appreciate, writes, Dark Bay Turkoman, Bulwark. Chocolate Roan Dutch Warmblood if male, George, as in of the jungle, watch out for that tree. My Perlino Andalusian was female, Callisto. The grey Hungarian half-bred, Crowbait. The Bayron Ardennes, Freya. On my third playthrough, also had a silver Turkoman, Grey Ghost. And my Missouri Foxtrotter, Lilith. Lady Hellfire got 3 replies. J Artiste 8596 wrote, I'm Swedish. I loved that you named your Ardennes Freya. Katarina XYL 702 commented, Ooh, I love Callisto. I had a pair of pet rats named Isis and Callisto. And Lady Hellfire responded, speaking of Freya, coincidentally, on my first playthrough, she is the only horse that, when I whistled, stomped my attacker, that pulled me off her. Found it very apropos. A very well-named horse, Freya. Well done, Lady Hellfire. Chap in NYC, I recognize that username, writes, The Dark Bay Turkman is my absolute favorite horse in the game. Named mine Tomax. Lots of bronze Turkomans in this video. What's that about?
I'm still picking the dust out from my teeth. So what do you say we go again? Hey, wait a second. Just give me another chance or I'll never be able to look at myself again. First one to Caliga Hall.
How could I say no?
Ready? Let's go.
And Carol Rossi 817 has a dapple gray thoroughbred named Kitten. Also a Blood Bay Andalusian named Bunny. And she writes, Yes, Arthur won't let me name his horses anymore. I have to agree with Arthur. However, Bunny and Kitten, cute names for cute horses. Can't argue with that. Nija Americana writes, I always name my Silver Dapple Pinto Missouri Foxtrotter Daenerys. Then all my other rare horses are always named after a Targaryen. I tried to get into Game of Thrones, I really did. I mean, I love armor and swords and castles. It was just too heartbreaking for me personally. Every time I started liking someone, something horrible would happen to them. I gave up after 2 seasons. Let's move on. Obsidian Oak, interesting username, I like it, writes, Lucas, a Morgan quarter horse cross. Tough as nails, too clever for his own good, and thoroughbreds, or any other breed, eat his dust. Not asking why, but making a not-so-subtle dispute with Morgan stats. Morgans are very underrated in the game, along with Tennessee Walkers. They don't get enough love, though I do think Obsidian Oak is talking about a real horse here.
Go easy! Easy, easy!
And Dorothea Pizasic 9703 writes, Chocolate Roan Dutch Warmblood named Echo. The Perlino Andalusian called Rost. Cassandra with a K, a sooty buckskin Dutch Warmblood. I like that name. A warped brindle Arabian named Arthur. Errand, a black Raven Shire.
I've been meaning to offload this big Shire horse for a while now, unruly bastard.
And a brown leopard Appaloosa she called Dear Boy. I always liked how Josiah Trelawney called Arthur Dear Boy. It implied their shared history and how Josiah had known Arthur since he was a young lad. Sarah Jane 5178 from the Sarah Jane Chronicles writes, Marengo, the chocolate roan Dutch Warmblood. Zephyr, a black Arabian. Sammy the Sneak 7237 has Tabasco, the dark bay Turkoman. Mizzy, the Missouri Foxtrotter. And Tigger, tiger-striped Mustang.
Come on!
But my favorite, Sammy writes, is Tabasco. Hope this helps. Yes, indeed it does. Many thanks, Sammy. Young Purpal 8542 has Rachel, the white Arabian. Ash, the iron gray roan Ardennes. Smoke, the brindle thoroughbred. And Misty, the dapple dark gray Hungarian half-bred. Philip Jesersic 9735 has Gina, a female silver dapple pinto Missouri Foxtrotter. Commander, a black male Arabian. And Bowman, the tiger-striped Mustang. Chris Compton 4349 has a dark bay Turkoman named Hannibal, a seal brown Dutch Warmblood named Stonewall, a dapple dark gray Hungarian named Attila, the Perlino Andalusian named Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess, very nice, the brown leopard Appaloosa named Wendigo, and the tiger-striped Mustang named Achilles. A fine assortment, Chris. Moving on to Katarina XY1702, who named every horse in the game. Daisy Mumu, the Mahogany Bay Tennessee Walker. Cappuccino, the Palomino Dapple American Standard Bred. Chocolate, the sooty buckskin Dutch Warmblood. Tiramisu, the warped brindle Arabian. Lamington, the few spot Appaloosa.
Eat it. Make it fast.
You don't like visitors, huh?
Oh, I had it with you.
Marzipan, the dapple gray thoroughbred. Biscuit, the silver dapple pinto Missouri Foxtrotter. Madeira, the splashed white American paint. Praline, the brindle thoroughbred. Licorice Whip, the black American standard bred. Vanillin, the light gray Shire. Macaron, the black Arabian. Sugar Puff, the white roan Nakota. Buttermilk, the buttermilk buckskin Kentucky Saddler. Butterscotch, the gold Palomino Tennessee Walker. Ganache, the dark bay Andalusian. Fondant, the gray Kentucky Saddler. Truffle, the chestnut Morgan. Amaretto, the buckskin American Standard Bred. Gateau, the dark bay Turcoman. Friand, the dark bay Shire. Cherry Ripe, a sorrel Suffolk Punch. Sherbet, the Grulodon Mustang. Viennetta, the reverse Dapple Roan Nakota. Sunday, the chocolate roan Dutch Warmblood. Chalk Chip, the leopard blanket Appaloosa. Ferrero Rocher, the gold Turcoman. Cookie, the leopard Appaloosa. Rumpelstiltskin, the flaxen chestnut Hungarian half-bred. Gingerbread, the wild bay Mustang. Lavender Bay, the rose gray Arabian. Jamie Lou, the liver chestnut Morgan. Pirouette / Juno, the Perlino Andalusian. Venus, the silver Turcoman. Jupiter, the strawberry Rhone Ardennes. Skittles, the Tobiano American Paint. Peppermint, the Overo American Paint. Ceres, the amber champagne Missouri Foxtrotter. Salacia, the black Kentucky Saddler. Minerva, the buckskin American Standard Bred. Mercury, the reverse Dapple Thoroughbred. Red Velvet, the red chestnut Arabian. Cocoa, the blanket Appaloosa. Hespera, the gray Overo American Paint. Flora, the bay Roan Morgan. Tempestes, the rose gray Andalusian. Lupercus, the silver bay Kentucky Saddler. Nemestrinus, the tiger-striped bay Mustang. Annona, the mealy chestnut Belgian Draft. Aurora, the blonde chestnut Belgian Draft. Lieber, the chestnut Tennessee Walker. Diana, the white Arabian.
Waltzing through here like you own the place. But the O'Driscolls got designs on it.
Just minding my own business.
You want me to set you straight, huh? Spread the word. The O'Driscolls are here. Go on, show me your heels. Right, down you go.
Waffle, the flaxen chestnut Morgan. Edisia, the chestnut Pinto Kentucky Saddler. Libitina, the black Rabicano Tennessee Walker. Saturn, the red Roan Tennessee Walker. Apollo, the bay Roan Ardennes. Cannelloni, the Palomino Morgan. Diamantina, the seal brown Dutch Warmblood. Malteser, the Dapple Bay Tennessee Walker. Terran, the flaxen Roan Tennessee Walker. Caradwen, the brown leopard Appaloosa. Bluebird, the blue Roan Nakota. Beetroot, the red chestnut Suffolk Punch. Chief, the raven black Shire. Panda / Orca, the piebald Tobiano Hungarian half-bred.
Yep. Yeah.
And Nebula, the dark gray Dapple Hungarian half-bred. And Katerina added, also known as what I named every breed and coat of horse in Red Dead Redemption 2 as I rode them all to level 4 bonding. Very impressive, Katerina, and very ambitious. I bet you didn't think I would showcase every name you came up with, but I do like a challenge, and I appreciate your enthusiasm and obsession for this game, which you should know by now that I share with you. Also, I want everyone to know that I did this in one take. Let's move on. Bama 5626 Roll Tide has a dark bay Turcoman named Rip, and a blood bay Andalusian named Strider. Lord of the Rings is probably my favorite movie trilogy of all time. I like to watch it once a year, usually around the holidays. Miko Herptile, interesting username, has Duchess, the chocolate roan Dutch warmblood. Gandalf, the dapple dark gray Hungarian half-bred. Swift Wind, the silver dapple pinto Missouri foxtrotter. Lightfoot, an amber champagne Missouri foxtrotter. Freya, the Perlino Andalusian. Wildfire, the tiger stripe bay Mustang. And Artax, the rose gray bay Arabian. The Dogma 3290 comments, Arjuna, the dark bay Turkoman, because he's such a handsome warrior.
Tough race. Just had the edge today.
Damn it, not again! I'm about ready to send this horse to the boneyard. Ugh.
Good race. Could have gone either way.
I wish things was different, but hey, take care of yourself, here.
Driftin' Ziggy Gaming 7395, I know that username, has a Raven Blackshire named Horsea. They named their Mustangs Shelby or GT. A Perlino Andalusian named Ganymede. The Morgan is figure or figurine. And they write, just a few of mine. Ganymede, in case you didn't know, is the third largest moon of Jupiter, so named after the servant of Zeus. In Greek mythology, to quote Google, Ganymede was a Trojan youth who was so beautiful that he was carried off to be Zeus's cupbearer and made immortal. It's very important to me that you learn something when you watch one of my videos. Let's move on. Inveterma has a reverse dapple roan Nakota named Erebus, a white roan Nakota named Terror, a blue roan Nakota named Port of Call, and they write, Port of Call was my first horse I tamed as John. Erebus and Terror came later. Each have nautical-related names after the Franklin expedition. BK Angmar has a dark bay Andalusian named Lady, and they comment, for a bonus, apply the pinkish mane and tail color. Carrie Willard 5303 has the Raven Blackshire stallion named Thunderstruck, a great song. The Perlino Andalusian mare called Jezebel, an amber champagne Missouri foxtrotter named Outlaw Dream, and a dark bay Turkoman they called Warhammer. Conversation Heart has a rose gray Arabian named Amore, and they write, her mane's pink, so it reminds me of the word love. I figured Amore fit the bill. Anonymous Donor 9277 has a strawberry roan Ardennes named Ruby, a silver dapple pinto Missouri foxtrotter named Stella, a dark bay Turkoman named Bruce, and a brindle thoroughbred named Brenda. Brenda the Brindle, I see what you did there, friend. Buster Piles writes, my horse is the Champagne Missouri foxtrotter, and he's called Cupid Stunt. And J Artiste 8596 replied, well, I'm glad you didn't swap place with the first letters. Okay, again, I see what you did there. I'm not against swearing philosophically. Quentin Tarantino is one of my favorite directors. It's just not something I do, either in everyday conversation or this channel. See you next Tuesday, Buster Piles. Let's move on. Rat783 writes, back in the early 2020s, had one called River. Think they were talking about an actual horse here. And channel member Glynis C comments, Starcat, a piebald Tobiano Hungarian half-bred. Hellcat, a Grullo Don Mustang. Panther, a Bay Roan Ardennes. And Cougar, the chocolate roan Dutch warmblood. Sensing a theme here, Glynis. Let's move on. Joshua K. 8982 has Achilles, the Blood Bay thoroughbred. And Zastaryi has a red chestnut Arabian named Garnet. A to the B to the Z, aka Donut Lord 295, that is a fine username, friend, has Hercules, the few-spotted Appaloosa. The hardcore MMA show Reacts 7775 has a Perlino Andalusian named Thanos. You know, if you watch those movies all the way up to Avengers Endgame, it really becomes the story of Tony Stark's redemption and sacrifice, which has to do primarily with the charismatic and iconic performance of Robert Downey Jr. It is a great series, genre-defining and seminal, but for me personally, I prefer Lord of the Rings. What can I say? I like swords. Moving on. Ervin Molnar 7890 has Exodus, the dappled dark grey Hungarian half-bred. K. Andrews 173 has a reverse dapple black thoroughbred named Prudwen, which I believe is Welsh for handsome, if we are to believe Google. Musa 5911 has Luna, the white Arabian, and that white Arabian does shine in the moonlight. Very well named, friend. Cryptic Thunder, I do like that username, has a blue roan Nakota named Hinto Tama. Brewski Productions 979 has a horse named Spud Kicker, and they didn't list a breed. Madam Mundy 1994 has Atlas, also no breed listed, but it sounds like an Ardennes to me. Ashut 92 has the black Arabian named Bucephalus, which you should know by now was the name of Alexander the Great's horse. John Harrington 6790 has a black Missouri foxtrotter he named Baylock. And finally, Pokemon TV 5207 named their Ardennes Murph, and they write, comes from Interstellar. How brave and smart she was. Interstellar is a great movie, very underrated, possibly the most underrated of Christopher Nolan's works. I think it was too smart for a modern audience. You have to pay attention and think a bit to understand that movie. I do like time travel movies, or movies about temporal mechanics, as they say in Starfleet. I also liked the robot in that movie, which as I recall was unlike any movie robot before or since. He was like a giant iPhone, or the monolith from 2001. Very blocky and slab-like.
Well done, girl.
But I digress. Many thanks to everyone who wrote a comment and shared their thoughts and horse names. I'm always interested in your horse names because there's always a story behind it. And as always, you did not disappoint. These stories that we share, these stories that we tell each other, add and enrich this game. Everyone keeps waiting for a DLC that will never come, not realizing that we are the DLC. We make our own DLCs in this game. I am very proud of the community we built here, you and me, sub by sub. We share a love of horses and Arthur and this incredible open world. I don't think there'll ever be another game as great as this one. And it is my honor and privilege to make videos for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we will meet further on down the trail, as one says. See you soon, friends.
Here, eat some of this.
And if you enjoyed this video, consider making a one-time donation to the tip jar by clicking on this handy thanks button. This video is sponsored by viewers like you. I'm Super Antonio. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your views. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for daily Red Dead Redemption 2 content, and we shall meet again. Further on down the trail.
That looks like a decent horse. You should keep him. You need to hitch him. He's already skittish.
Get away from me!
Whoa, look, I found in the cellar! Wild thing ate you!
Leave her alone! Miss, it's okay. We're bad men. ain't then. Mount back up. Let's keep moving.